Hi guys, DevilHunterXYZ, and I am back with more Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. I just kind of feel like coming back to this game. It's been a while since I played it, since I actually did a recording for this, so I just thought, why not? And either way, I kind of been working out on a couple of decks. Kind of been working things out. Yeah, so I think I'm just gonna go for I'll try a ranked duel. It's been a while since I've done that too. And granted, I'm still kind of tinkering around with it, but what I'm gonna go for. Yeah, so what I'm kind of going for is my call it my deck out deck. Essentially, just essentially a deck that kind of decks out the opponent, making them draw all their cards in their deck. So I mean, for what I have, so what I have is the I got 2 aroma jars, which is kind of useful for giving me some life points. I got 2 needle worms to send cards, 5 cards from the top of the opponent's deck to the graveyard. I got 2 of those. 2 morphing jars to destroy all the cards in each other's hands. Hero Shadow Scout. Yeah, so the opponent draws 3 cards, and if any of them are spells, they are sent to the graveyard. A couple of Sangans to help me draw cards that I need. Got a Cyber Jar. Kind of helps to destroy monsters on the field. Same thing with the Morphing Jar 2. Then I got Worm, 2 of those to destroy 3 cards from the top of their deck. Absorbing Jar to destroy sets, traps, and spells. Got the reverse jar to help me flip. Well, I got the reverse jar to help me flip monsters that I have already on the field to face down. The Bistro Butcher, which kind of forces the opponent to draw 2 cards. Chainsaw Insect, kind of the same thing. I got the Spirit of the Fall Wind. So when it's summoned, I can take a flip effect monster, add it to my hand. Got a couple of those. Swords of Revealing Light to protect myself. Same thing with Harpy's Feather Duster. Got Card Destruction, which could be useful in some instances to destroy cards in both of our hands. Got the Pot of Avarice. It allows me to target 5 monsters in the grave and shuffle them back into my deck, and then I get to draw 2 cards. Got 2 of the Cup of Ace, which can either help me draw 2 cards or our opponent draw 2 cards. 50-50 chance. Pot of Extravagance allows me to draw 2 cards, up to 2 cards if I remove 6 from my extra deck. I mean, for the most part, I'm not really going to be using an extra deck anyway. Gold Moon Coin. I can add 2 cards from my hand to the opponent's hand, and then I get to draw 2 cards. Still going with Time Tyrian Morganite. So potentially allow me to draw 2 cards each turn. Graveskeeper's Servant. Makes it where every time your opponent attacks, they have to send a card from their deck to the graveyard. Book of Moon allows me to target 1 face-up monster to change to the face-down defense. Got 1 hand destruction, so I get to send 2 cards. Both of us send 2 cards to the graveyard, and then we get to draw 2 cards. Book of Eclipse to change all face-up monsters to face-down, and then at the end of the turn, my opponent is forced to draw cards depending on how many cards they have to flip face-down. Book of Lunar Eclipse. I get to discard 1 card and target 2 cards, 2 monsters, and flip them face down. Then I have Runic Destruction, so allows me to target 1 spell or trap my opponent has, and then they have to banish 4 cards from the top of their deck. Runic Smiting Storm. So this one forces my opponent to banish cards from their deck equal to the number of cards they have controlled. Runic Dispelling. So if my opponent adds a card to their hand, they have to discard 1 card and then send 2 cards from the top of their deck to the they had to banish those 2. Got Waboku for protection, Mirror Force for also protection. A couple of Gift of Greeds to make my opponent to draw 2 cards. Scrap Iron Scarecrow for protection. Burst Rebirth. Could be useful to help me get a monster back on the field. Jar of Avarice. I got to target 5 cards in the graveyard, shuffle them back into my deck, and draw 1 card. So kind of similar to the Pot of Avarice. Got Present card, which makes my opponent discard their entire hand to draw 5 new cards. Trickstar Reincarnation. My opponent banishes their entire hand, and then they draw cards equal to what they had before. Got Negate Attack. Dark Bribe. If my opponent activates a spell or trap, the spell and trap gets negated, and then they're forced to draw 1 card. Recall is kind of the same thing. If my opponent activates a monster effect, the effect gets negated, destroyed, and then they have to draw 1 card. And then for protection, Wall of Revealing Light. And then of course Soul Levy, which is a pretty good one. So every time my opponent special summons a monster, they are forced to send 3 cards from their deck to the graveyard. So, playing after all of that, not the best. I'm still in the works of it. It's not the best, but considering from the resources I even have available, still working on it. But I have won a few matches with this type of deck. Okay, I am gonna go first. Going up against TXT. Okay, I am gonna go with setting that. Set present card. Book of Eclipse. I'm gonna activate Gravekeeper's Servant. And I'll just activate card destruction. He had nothing but traps anyway in his hand. Okay. Let's see what they does, if anything. I'll let it be for right now, actually. I'm going to save the present card. Pot of Avarice. Okay, fine. I'll just use it. I'll set Scrap Iron Scarecrow, I guess. Leave it at that. Until I can get a monster on the field. Well, I guess thank God he hasn't really summoned anything powerful. sphere. Angel of Blue Tears. Target one face-up monster in the field. Its controller's opponent takes damage equal to the number of cards in their hand times 200. Then negate the target's effect until the end of the turn. Good thing I only have one card. Kinda seemed like he should have waited until I had more cards in my hand. Morphing Jar. He's already down to 25 cards. Ooh, wave motion cannon. I see. I kind of want to place... I kind of want to place this. But that means I might have to waste it, though. I'm trying to think, because I might have to waste a Book of Eclipse. Okay, of course. Of course he had to have solemn warning. Hopefully I can get something before he hits me. In one turn. The wave motion cannon. Another morphing jar. I kind of have a feeling. He has a burn deck. That's what I think he's doing. He's just trying to burn my life points. go Dark Bribe. Okay. Didn't really help me out too much. He's at 3. Can I get something, though? It's gonna be doing that too. He's already at 4. I gotta get something quick. Target one spell or trap your opponent controls. That's a good one. Runic Destruction. Alright. Then I'll activate Hand Destruction. And then we get to each draw 2 cards. And whoops, he's out of cards. Your opponent ran out of cards in their deck and could not draw. Not bad. It was close, I'll tell you that. I had a feeling he was going to be doing a burn deck, judging by some of the cards he had, where he was just going to chip away my life points with spell effects. You know, spell and monster effects. I mean, I've encountered those type of players before. Okay, wasn't too bad. Wasn't too bad. Alright. Going first. I'll set Wall of Revealing Light and Aroma Jar. See how that goes. Volcanic Trooper. If normal or special summon, you can add one volcanic card from your deck to your hand. Discard one card, special summon one bomb token to your opponent's field. Each time one is destroyed, controller takes 500 damage. Take a good chunk of damage, but not that bad. I guess I'll set Runic Dispelling. Flip up Aroma Jar. And I'll set Needleworm. And hope that works. I mean, my goal with the deck out deck is not really to destroy or whittle away up my opponent's life points, just to make them draw their cards, draw out their entire deck. A Volcanic Emperor. Ugh. When summoned this way, you can inflict 500 damage to your opponent for each banished pyro monster. Then you can set one volcanic trap directly from your deck, which has 4. I'm gonna take a huge chunk of damage, I can tell you that. Okay. I'm gonna have to just activate it. I didn't really want to use 4,000 life points, but of course he had to have over 31. Just 100 over the amount I usually choose. Gravekeeper's Servant. Changes to defense. Activate Gravekeeper's Servant here. This is gonna be something. I'm just barely hanging on by a thread here. Okay, I'm just gonna be playing defense until I get something. I'll activate Runic Dispelling since he added that in his hand. It's down to 20 cards. Harpy's Feather Duster, that's actually a pretty good one. What he had? Bye-bye damage. During damage calculation, if your monster is attacked, your battling monster cannot be destroyed, and also if you take damage, your opponent takes effect damage equal to double that amount. That's a pretty interesting one. Another Volcanic Emperor, really? Back down to 2,000, of course. Oh man, good thing I had a Roma Jar because I was gonna be screwed. Soul Levy. I'll just set one card and go from there. Gonna summon something, set something. He's thinking. Slim Golem is thinking. I'm gonna activate Soul Levy. Dark Bribe. So remember, with Soul Levy, every time my opponent special summons, they have to send the top 3 cards of their deck to the graveyard. So close. So close. How many of these Volcanic Emperors did he had, man? I just didn't have a good starting hand, fortunately. IDK going first again. See what I can get. Okay, setting Dark Bribe. I'm gonna set Hand Destruction, actually. And I'll set Aroma Jar. Okay. I'm gonna let it slide. Messment control. Your opponent cannot change battle positions of a monster during the next turn. Okay. I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna get hit with square one. Okay. One worm. And that's it. But as long as he doesn't really have a Raid Raptor deck, I'm not very sure. Okay, he might have a Raid Raptor deck. This turn's been playing out for a while. I mean, he still has 5 in his extra deck. He's 36 in his main deck. The Gift of Greed. Yeah, I'm gonna... set this one as well. And leave it at that. I didn't really see the point of activating that. I was already at the end of my turn. Raid Raptor, Glorious Bright. Negate the card's effect to the end of this turn. I was already at the end of the turn, so what was the point of doing that? Okay. Okay. It's gonna be interesting. Okay, if this card is Xyz summon, you can destroy all spells and traps your opponent controls. Well, I'm gonna be losing my... I'm kind of wondering if it's just gonna attack or what. Well, that kind of helped a little bit. That's another 3 cards. I don't know why he did that. Wall of Revealing Light. Okay. See how this goes. Another rush recklessly. Granted, I don't see too many people ever using rush recklessly. Okay. Don't know what his strategy is. Is he just gonna attack? Do it. Attack. I knew I could clear up the field with Morphing Jar 2. I mean, I got life points to spare. He's down to 14 cards in his deck. Oh, okay. He also has the Pot of Avarice. Okay, I don't know why he did that. He just negated his own effect. What was the point of doing that? Fiendish Chain. I don't know why he's not playing these monsters in defense. Another Fiendish Chain. Okay, granted, I don't usually do this, but yeah, I don't usually synchro summon, or I mean XC summon. But I mean, I might as well. I mean, my monsters were stuck, so I couldn't even attack anyway, so why not? Really? Wow. 3 in a row. 3 Fiendish Chains. Are you serious? That is absurd. 3 Fiendish Chains in a row. Come on. Although, of course, that means he only has 2 spots for spells and traps. Okay, not exactly what I was going for, but I guess that's a win. Okay. I mean, not exactly the win I was kind of going for. Again, this was my deck out deck, not really one of my other normal decks. Well, I guess it worked. Okay, some interesting duels, I'll tell you that. Some very interesting ones. But overall, still working on the deck. still need to add and probably adjust some things, but it's an okay kind of deck. Alright guys, this is DevilHunterXYZ, and until next time.